Got it.
Got it. And I'm wearing my ankle, so
All
it's
right.
meant to be.
Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to A Course in Miracles, followed by Chanting for Change. I'm Teri Angel, and I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen. Hey. We have a great family with us tonight, including Sharon, Charlie, Christine, and Auntie Jean, and anybody else that wants to jump in here on Zoom. And if you're on the virtual in the audience, thank you for being with us. We appreciate your input as well. So Karen, I'm going to ask you to start us off with taking us into our hearts.
Okay. So let's just take a moment. To just follow the breath. And just quiet all the thinking. And feel yourself just dropping into your heart. That beautiful, beautiful space where everything is quiet. And when we're still, we know that we have everything, and that we are everything, that there is nothing missing. Such an important and beautiful truth to live by. Seek not outside yourself, for all your pain comes simply from a futile search for what you want, insisting where it must be found. What if it is not there? Do you prefer to be right or happy? Be you glad that you are told where happiness abides, and seek no longer elsewhere, for you will fail. But it is given you to know the truth and not to seek for it outside yourself. I am determined to see. So that was our lesson. And I feel like I did a really good job of keeping myself very, very focused on that lesson. It was probably the easiest time for me of all the times that I've done that lesson. So it just kept coming back anytime, every time. It didn't matter what was happening in the world. I was just noticing that I'm really ready to see. I'm really ready to see. And I like seeing differently. I like seeing the way that love wants me to see. I like being the love that gets to see. And I love knowing that all the answers were always inside of me. I love that. I mean, I used to get like frustrated about that and think all these years it was always just inside of me. How could that be? How could that possibly be? But now it's like, don't you love that feeling of just knowing with certainty that there's nothing missing? It's such a beautiful feeling. I'm so grateful for it. So how was everybody else's day?
I really loved this lesson too. I don't think I stopped every half hour, I'll be honest, but I was working on my book all day and I would take the breaks. It was like Spirit just reminded me to stop and take the break. And I really needed this lesson because of what I was doing. I'm doing the editing part of the book, and it's really kind of tedious, and I get tired. I'm like, okay, how much more do I have? But it really helped me to focus on this lesson today. And I'm so grateful that it felt divine timing. It fell exactly when I needed to hear it. So that was my day. How about everybody else? How'd you do with it?
It was good, but I set it in my phone, and every half hour I was doing it, and I had to do it in the phone. I think there's 8 or 10 of them, and I had to redo it like 3 times to get through the day, and and it was good. And I was doing EFT with it tapping, and it really wow. But I had to look at the notes every time to say I was saying it the right way. I'd always forget, like Auntie Jean says. It's hard to, it's hard to, I mean, I know just my thoughts, but what I wanted to say, but I just wanted to say it correctly.
Well,
We can't hear you.
I thought it was awesome. This lesson, though.
I'm up as high as I can go. You still
Now we
can't-
can hear you.
Got you
Oh,
now. Go ahead.
I think it has to do with if I lean towards the computer. I didn't do it perfectly, so I'm going to try to do it again tomorrow. Yeah, I kept forgetting. I would do it, and then I get busy doing something, and then the time would pass, and I say, "Oh, I didn't stop and do it again." So I'm going to give it another try tomorrow because I want to try to do it the right way. So, but it was fine. It was wonderful. I don't know what everybody else is seeing when they go within. I see it sounds awful. I see a void. I'm familiar with this void. I've seen this in meditation. When I've meditated, sometimes I go into this void, and the void is like, it's beautiful. The void, it's like the way I feel, it's the place where everyone goes when they pass. And it seems like a void, and a void kind of sounds negative, but it's full of joy. It's full of happiness. Everyone's, and you can't really see the people, but you feel them, and you feel home, and you feel wonderful. And you can see the universe, and you can look down and see the earth. I can't explain it right, but that's what I've been having, that experience going into these lessons, is I go into this beautiful void. And so anyway, that's my talking for today.
I love that. Thank you for sharing. I just love how on here we can say what's in our hearts. We can say it without thinking, oh, what are people going to think? It's just sharing. And thank you for doing that.
I feel exactly the same way, Auntie Jean. I feel like it's empty and it's free. And when I'm empty and free, I am so happy. And when my mind is buzzing with busyness, I'm so lost and confused. And so when I'm in that place that you're talking about, that's the real world to me. The land of make-believe that is this land of make-believe that is constantly projecting and is constantly making movies is not helpful to me anymore. So I'm really spending more and more time, just like what you said. And I loved how you described it. The thing about words is they're just symbols. And so, we either resonate with what you're saying or we resist what you're saying. And basically those are the two things that happen. And basically that's just what life is here on this experience of being in a human form. It's either I am resonating or I'm resisting.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
It's like going into peace land.
Yeah.
I like that,
Instead of
Suzanne.
Graceland.
Thank you.
Instead of
Yes,
Graceland, right?
Right, peace land. I like that thought a lot. And
Mhm.
Well, I didn't want to. Oh, I'm sorry, Christina. You talking, hon?
Yeah, I am very happy what Teri does, and I would notice that every hour I was sunny out, my dog can be, and I happy, and I am very grateful.
Aw,
that is so
that's
sweet.
beautiful.
Thank you. Sharon.
Yeah, I was not in love with this one. I'm really getting more and more comfortable being in the empty, the void, the nothing, the all. But this sentence just felt incomplete to me. And it caused me some, not annoyance, but like, whatever that word is. That's what it caused me. I don't have the word. So I sort of went into today's lesson, what you read, Karen, and I am determined to see differently was much more fun and much more what I'm accustomed to. That's what No Judgment, Just Love has helped my essence realize there's always another way to see things. And I don't feel anymore like ego is a horrible thing, a bad thing, or whatever, a negative thing, an in my way thing. I'm starting to sense my mind as my partner, my helper, my encourager, and in touch with how I feel, because when I'm determined to see, and I see something that isn't helping me feel good, my mind already is helping me do some gymnastics and go, hey, why don't you think about this? Hey, what about that? Hey, why don't you consider this? And I love that.
I love that too, Sharon. And I just love your sharing. Thank you for sharing what you did. I was studying this lesson, or today's lesson. So we did I'm determined to see, right? We're all determined to see. Well, today we are determined to see things differently. And I love this shift that we're taking now. So as I was studying, one of the things that I read, it's from Pathways of Light, and it's insights in the Course in Miracles. And I just want to read this part because it really clicked when you were saying that. Grievances are a form of anger. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm holding a grievance. One way it shows up is when I get upset because it's the third time something happened. I obviously have been counting, and I have been holding the first time as a grievance, even though I told myself it didn't bother me until the third time. But here's what I like. That's why it is important for us to realize that there's no difference between a minor irritation and intense fury. Just hold that thought for a moment. When we really get upset and we're just angry and we're spewing and spitting, we think, oh, that's just really, top of the line there. That's real high up there. But the Course says there's no difference between if something is irritating us, if somebody's like saying something and we're like, I don't want to hear that, go away. And when we're saying, I am really mad today, there's no difference. The energy's the same. The emotion's the same. What we're doing is seeing things the same, and we're not seeing them through the eyes of love. And that's what the Course is teaching us. It's teaching us that if we're determined to see things differently, then we're going to ask, how would Jesus see this? How would Jesus see that person that's, and they won't shut up. And I'm like, please make them go away. But how would Jesus see them? Would he see them as that irritating gnat or mosquito? Or would he just love them unconditionally? So I love this lesson because it teaches me personally to stop being irritated, to stop when I am irritated and say, what am I doing here? And how am I seeing that irritation? And how am I letting it really affect me? And if I don't deal with it in that moment when it's an irritation and it keeps on, then it's going to get to that intense screaming and yelling and please go away. So I think this is teaching us so much with this one lesson that we're in today. I don't know, what do you think, Karen? I think this is just so immense for us to dive into.
Yeah, this one, this one is a really good one, and it's and that was a beautiful analogy. I love that you explained that, because that's a great way of seeing things. So here we are on lesson 21. I am determined to see things differently. The idea for today is obviously a continuation and extension of the preceding one. This time, however, specific mind searching periods are necessary. In addition to applying the idea to particular situations as they may arise, 5 practice periods are urged, allowing a full minute for each. In the practice periods, begin by repeating the idea to yourself, then close your eyes and search your mind carefully for situations past, present, or anticipated that arouse anger in you. The anger may take a form of any reaction ranging from mild irritation to full-on rage. The degree of the emotion you experience does not matter. You will become increasingly aware that a slight twinge of annoyance is nothing but a veil drawn over intense fury. Therefore, try not to let the little thoughts of anger escape you in the practice periods. Remember that you do not really recognize what arouses anger in you, and nothing that you believe in this connection means anything. You will probably be tempted to dwell more on some situations or some people than others, on the fallacious grounds that they are more obvious. This is not so. It is merely an example of the belief that some forms of attack are more justified than others. As you search your mind for all the forms in which attack thoughts present themselves, hold each one in your mind and tell yourself, I am determined to see this name of the person differently. I am determined to specify the situation differently. Try to be as specific as possible. You may, for example, focus your anger on a particular attribute of a particular person, believing that the anger is limited to this aspect. If your perception is suffering from this form of distortion, say to yourself, I am determined to see and specify the attribute in such and such a person differently. That ought to be a fun lesson.
think it will be, and I don't think that we have to do it every half hour this time.
No, it just said 5 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So,
reason I liked doing it every half hour was because it really helped me to center. It really helped me to keep focused and center, because something did come up that I need to see. I'd like to see. I'd like to see the way that love would like me to see it. And I'm very grateful, very, very grateful, because something that I've been hoping for is coming to fruition. And I'm grateful for that, because I'm seeing it in the external, because I've been seeing it within for a while now. So it was easy for the every half hour for that reason. But I look forward to doing this one tomorrow, because I think that, you know, when we search our mind and we have certain things, little things that we hold in some kind of a justified anger about things, we're only hurting ourselves. We're never hurting the other person. We're never hurting the situation. We're always just hurting ourselves. And holding on to, it's like that old thing, holding the hot coals, burning your hands. I call it hot potatoes. I drop the hot potatoes. And if I got the hot potatoes in my hands and they're burning, I'm going to drop those hot potatoes right away, because there's no need for that.
yeah, I totally agree. And, you know, especially about holding anger. Anger is going to just rip us apart. It really is. And when we're angry, it's like, how do I see this differently? How do I see this differently? Always ask that question. Can I see this differently? Because sometimes there's situations that are there that, you know, that situation's not going to change. You know, like some of the political situations, you know, some things that we have absolutely no control over, but we're the ones that have to change. And so how do we resolve that anger inside of us? And I saw Suzanne said, I like this lesson. Julie says, I needed this one really bad. And I think a lot of us do. I think, and Kathy, I know you've got some stuff going on, and I'm going to sit with you with that, and let's see if we can work through this Course in Miracles lesson maybe and apply it, and see if that will bring you to a good place with it. So I love that we had a great audience tonight. Linda Lemieux was here for the first time. Danielle came back. Suzanne was here. Julie Kiss, Kathy Hand. Thank you all for coming in and studying Course in Miracles with us. We love you so much, and we appreciate you coming in every night. Danielle said, it's like looking for water in a dry river. I love that, Danielle. Okay, so we've got the homework for tomorrow, and I'm going to go ahead and turn this off from the group that we're streaming in, and we're going to go into our chanting, and anyone's welcome to come with us in the chanting if you would like. So thank you again for being here, and have a great rest of your Saturday night. And I'm going to go turn that off. Karen, if you will please get us started with the chanting.
Okie dokie. So this is where we are going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. And then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions and illness be removed. Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's go into our hearts with the breath. Go into that place where there's perfect peace inside of you. And just give gratitude for this feeling of freedom that happens when we release and let go of anything that's trying to hold us back, trying to tether us down to the 3D energy. Let's just go into the higher vibration together where the miracles abound and they're everywhere. And when we chant this next chant, keep that in your mind. Keep saying there are miracles. They're right here where I'm at. And let's call them in with Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. So, Karen, if you would talk about that chant.
Okay, so this is where we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. Beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number, and then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. 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 Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Let's go back into our heart with the breath. Just breathe it in deep into your lungs and release it out slowly. This is the beginning of the heart-brain coherence. Slow down your breath, adding in love. And we're going to add in gratitude to our Creator. And the way we do that is every night we chant Om 3 times, giving honor and glory to our Creator. And then stay in your hearts for just another moment, holding all that love and gratitude inside of you. And then we'll give that love away. So take a deep breath in, and we'll begin chanting Om. Now softly, gently, pull that love deeper inside of you. Just focus on love only as you hold it in your heart. And that's what we want to share with the world right now, with every being on the planet, every human, animal, all of nature and water, our darling Mama Gaia, sending that love way down to the core of Gaia. And it's a concerted effort. We're all doing this at the same time, and just see it making a big, huge impact all over our planet as we send this energy forward. Om Shanti Shanti.
Shanti.
Om
Peace.
peace. May the love that we sent forth, this desire to have peace in our world, reach every heart that's on our planet. Om Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. We had our miracle Marlene join us, as well as Jennifer Langren. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for being here, and anyone else that happens to be listening in. Every night, we make a declaration that there is peace on earth. And Christine, would you lead us in that tonight?
Yes, I am on the lead the prayer that peace on earth and be kind to other people and be kind to everyone else. And we the prayer 1, 2, 3.
We declare
Wow.
that there is peace on earth. And we declare that that peace
Peace
is
inside so it is.
So it is.
it is
Yes.
always.
Ever and ever.
Ever. Amen.
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 Chris and Charlie.
Yes, we've been doing this for 964 days now. And we've been doing this as a group known as the
Peace.
Peace
for-
for the peace.
That would be us.
That would be us. We're all about the peace, right?
And
We're
Auntie
all
G,
peace.
you're a peace.
It's a pea. Chris is a pea. Terry is the mama pea. Wouldn't you all like to be a pea too? Marlene's a pea. Jennifer's a pea. And we have
Danielle's a pea.
many, many more peas all
Danielle
over the
with
world.
us. She's a pea. Danielle, thank you for joining us on YouTube. Thank you for being here. And Jean, that was just wonderful. I want to be a pea always.
Always.
Mhm.
We want more peas. We want whoever we can bring in here to be a pea, to come on in and feel at home, because that's what we do. We
Mhm.
love everybody. And if you're here, you're meant to be here. And thank you for that. So we're missing our Gracie P. And we're going to send her out some love tonight. And Danielle says, oh, yes, I'm a P.
Yes, you
are.
are.
I think she's a Canadian P. And Marlene's a Canadian P. And Jennifer's a Floridian P. I want to be Jennifer.
English.
You're a frozen pea.
I am a
She's
frozen pea at the moment.
You're a frozen
Snow
pea.
peas.
That's snow.
Snow pea. Oh, I love snow peas.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to quit being silly and we're going to get out of here, and we'll come back and do this again tomorrow night. So you're welcome to come join us. And before we do the chanting, we study A Course in Miracles. So come tomorrow, because that's a special number in the P world. We're on day 22 tomorrow, and 22 is a magic angel number. So come tomorrow and let's have a great gathering, and stay in your hearts and stay blessed. And we will see you later. Miss.
Memday.
Good night, good morning,
everyone.
good afternoon, wherever you are.
And good night, Karen.